Hi friends, my name is Dinisha and welcome to my channel Diane's Paradise, and I hope all are doing good. Today I'm sharing the recipe of an eggless chocolate truffle cake, that too without using oven. I'm getting few requests to share recipes in Hindi. I'm not planning to make all my videos in Hindi, but if you want to see this particular video in Hindi, then please do comment below so that I can come up with the same recipe in Hindi as well. In this video, you will see how to make a perfect eggless chocolate sponge and a smooth dark chocolate ganache. This is a half kg measure cake. So if you're planning to make a bigger one, then simply use double the quantity of all the ingredients. For this recipe, we'll need a 4-inch cake tin, which first I'm going to grease with some oil and then line with a parchment paper and dust with some cocoa powder. So let's begin with making the chocolate sponge first. We'll need 1/4 cup of oil. We can use melted butter also, but here I'm using 1/4 cup of sunflower oil. To the oil add half cup of powdered sugar. Mix both using a whisk. Mix until the sugar melts completely and they look light and creamy. To this add half cup of hung curd. I will not advise to use homemade curd for this as they'll be sour and a little watery. If you can't get hung curd, try to use set curds which are available in the market. Try to drain the water from it using a cloth or a strainer and then use. The curd has to be in the room temperature. Mix it until it looks creamy and lighter. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients. We'll need 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour or maida. Do not get confused. Take 1 cup of flour and take out 2 tablespoons of flour from it and replace it with 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Then goes 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of instant coffee powder, which is optional. Sieve everything into the wet ingredients. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and combine everything slowly using a spatula. Keep some warm milk ready. If you feel the batter is dry, then add about a tablespoon of milk at a time and combine. So here is the first tablespoon of milk I'm adding to the batter. Still the batter looks thick, so I'm adding about half tablespoon more of milk. Another half tablespoon. Total I added 2 tablespoons of milk. You can check the consistency of the batter and add accordingly. This is the consistency we are looking for this batter. It should be in a dropping consistency. Transfer the batter into the cake tin and spread it evenly using the spatula. The batter is ready. I'm baking this on a gas top. Here I'm using a large aluminium vessel which is preheated for 10 minutes on medium flame with some salt. Place a stand and keep the tin carefully in it. Now cover and bake this for 10 minutes on medium flame and then 20 minutes on low flame. After a total of 30 minutes, the cake is ready. Let's test it with a knife. The knife is clean, which means our cake is perfectly baked. Keep it on a wire rack to cool down completely. After 10 minutes, run a knife through the sides and invert the tin on a board. The cake is looking nice and soft. Let this cool down completely. Moving on to making the chocolate ganache, for which I am using 1/4 cup of Amul fresh cream. I normally use only the thick cream and remove the milk from it to get a rich and creamy ganache. You can use the milk also, that's fine. And do not use the cream directly from the fridge, it should be in the room temperature. Microwave the cream for 20 seconds. To the hot cream, add 3/4 cup of dark chocolate. Here I'm using half cup of Mode's dark compound and 1/4 cup of Amul dark chocolate. as I did not had enough of Mordae's dark compound in stock with me. Mix chocolate to the cream until there is no chunks of chocolate left. If you think the cream is not hot enough to melt all the chocolates, then you can microwave this for 10 seconds more. Once this cools down, cover and refrigerate the ganache for 2 hours in the fridge to set. I left it overnight as I am going to assemble the cake the next day. Time to assemble our cake. As this is a small cake, I am cutting this in just 2 layers. Always use a serrated knife to cut the layers. First mark the sides. Then start by placing one hand flat on top of the cake to hold it and apply little pressure. With your other hand, place the knife where you want to start and move the knife back and forth across the cake in sewing motion. So here we have 2 perfect layers. This is the top of the cake, which is looking a little dome shaped. If you want to keep it as it is, you can do that, but I'm slightly going to trim the extras. This is the back side of the bottom layer, which is looking little dark because of the cocoa powder we dusted on the tin. I'm scraping that also a little bit. Chocolate ganache is also out of the fridge. Now I'm going to blend it on medium speed for 3 minutes to make it light. This is how the ganache is looking. This looks perfect. Now keep this aside. Moving on, here instead of plain sugar syrup, I'm using black coffee with 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar to soak the sponge. This is optional. You can use regular plain sugar syrup also. For assembling and decorating cakes, we use turntables. But if you don't have one, a small alternate you can do is invert a bowl like this and place the cake board on it and use as a turntable. But I'm not going to use this. I'll go back to my turntable, as that makes my work much easier. Here I'm using an 8-inch cake board. Apply some ganache on it so that the sponge will stick to it. Then apply some black coffee on the sponge. Put the ganache on the first layer and spread using a spatula. Now what all you want to add in the filling is completely your choice. You can even keep it plain with only ganache and sponge. But I like chocolates with roasted nuts. But here I am going to use some peanut butter as well for extra flavor. Here I have taken about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, some roasted almonds and some choco chips. Because there is peanut butter, I like to add a pinch of sea salt in it. Spread this slowly using the spatula. If you have salted roasted peanuts, then you can chop and add that as well. Spread the filling slowly and then top with the second layer of the cake. Apply some black coffee on the layer. Now we are going to crumb coat the cake, for which spread a thin layer of ganache all over the cake. Start by filling all the gaps with the ganache and then spread. Cover the top as well with some ganache. Once we have a thin layer of ganache all over the cake, clean the excess ganache from the board using a wet tissue. Then place the cake in the fridge to set for 20 minutes before we apply the second layer of the ganache. After 20 minutes, it's time to apply the second coat. Using a spatula, spread the ganache all over the cake. Now for the sides, first fill all the gaps with some extra ganache and then smooth it using a bench scraper. Always keep the scraper perpendicular to the turntable for smooth finish. Fill in all the gaps and the holes with extra ganache and scrape out the excess and smooth it with the bench scraper. This is how our cake is looking. Now keep this in the fridge to set for 30 minutes and then we'll cover this cake with a silky smooth chocolate sauce, for which I'm using the leftover chocolate ganache. Add some more fresh cream and half teaspoon of butter to this and microwave for 10 seconds. Add more cream if required to bring this to a flowing consistency. This is how the sauce should look. Here I've added 2 drops of black gel color to give a dark intense color. Take out the cake from the fridge. For this process, the cake has to be super chilled. To collect the excess sauce that's going to pour out onto the turntable, keep a plate and then keep an inverted bowl on it and then place the cake. Now slowly start pouring the sauce all over the cake. If you're liking this recipe video, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button and press all so that you get notified whenever I come up with new videos. Cover the entire cake with the sauce and once done, tap it few times to remove the excess. Using the spatula, clean the board and wipe using a tissue. Now this is optional to give the drips. I'm a little obsessed with using drips on most of my cake designs. I'm using the same leftover sauce. To decorate the cake, I'm using some edible gold sprinkles of different sizes. The cake is ready. Keep in the fridge to set for 15 minutes before slicing. The cake is set and out of the fridge. Use a serrated knife to slice it. You can see how smoothly the knife is going through the cake. So here is the first slice. There is even layer of chocolate sponge, ganache, and you can see the peanut butter and the nuts inside. The shiny smooth chocolate sauce on top is looking absolutely gorgeous. Try this recipe for your next celebration and surprise your family. Hope you all liked this recipe video. If you're trying my recipe, then don't forget to share me your experience and the feedback in the comments below. See you all soon with another exciting recipe video. Till then, take care and bye bye.